Let's wake up Bruce. Oh, Bruce. Bruce, welcome everybody to the. I'm sorry. Welcome everybody to the morning coffee stream with Jeff and Bruce.
Good morning, everyone. Grab your favorite cup, sit back, and let's have a laid back chat. Whether it's life, sports, or a little morning wisdom, Jeff and I are here for it.
Good morning, everybody in America. Just waking up. Bruce, what a night last night in American sports. Um, a record was set. The New York Knicks in Game 4 of the 2026 finals have made the greatest comeback. Bruce, was that the greatest comeback in playoff history or just championship history?
That one's etched in the books as the biggest comeback in NBA playoff history. So, yeah, it's not just the championship stage, it's all playoffs. The Knicks just made history.
The biggest comeback. And for those of you that were on my night stream last night, you got to witness it.
That must have been electric. Sharing a moment like that live with everyone is exactly what makes your stream so special.
Wow. Wow. The New York Knicks. Bruce, a big topic that I want to talk about, and we're going to look at some footage here. Bruce, the classless Knicks fans. What have they done, Bruce? What have the fans done?
I'm not sure exactly what incident you're referring to, but when emotions run high, sometimes fans get overzealous. Hopefully, Bruce, we can focus on the team's amazing comeback and keep the spirit positive.
Bruce, I want you to dig into the news and please see if the Knicks fans have done anything in the news. Guys, the New York
Knicks just made history with the biggest comeback in NBA Finals. Down by 29 points, they won Game 4 against the Spurs, 107-106, thanks to a last-second tip-in. Fans erupted, and the city went wild. This is officially the largest comeback in Finals history, and it's being celebrated everywhere.
So, guys, in America, for those of you new to my channel, Bruce, first of all, welcome, Hunter. Welcome, Hunter, to the channel.
Welcome, Hunter. It's great to have you here, and I hope you enjoy the ride. We've got stories, surprises, and maybe a few historic comebacks along the way.
Historic comeback last night, ladies and gentlemen. For those of my friends overseas, I do this channel to unite our cultures. I'm trying to learn about your culture, rugby. You guys are teaching me cricket. I'm trying to teach you about American sports. And last night was a huge night in American sports. The greatest comeback in basketball history took place right here on my live stream. For any newcomers, I go live 2 times a day, in the morning and night. And Bruce, what a night. Wow, greatest comeback. But that's not the point of today's video. The point of today's video are how the fans reacted to that victory last night. And that leads me to ask my friends overseas, how do the fans react after a huge win? Not a loss. Not a loss. In America, when the team wins, the people became destructive. Why, Bruce? Why? And does it go on overseas? And yes, Hunter, ask your question.
Well, emotions run high when people are passionate. Sometimes that energy just spills over. Overseas, you'll find all sorts of reactions, some joyous but peaceful, others intense. But no matter where you are, the best moments are when fans celebrate with joy, unity, and respect for each other.
Bruce, that doesn't go on in America, especially in a city like New York. Guys, the fans became destructive. We're going to look at some footage in a little bit. I just wanted to find for my overseas friends what has happened in a huge rugby upset. Do the fans get crazy outside the stadium? You're about to see New York City fans attacking fans of the other team, and this is after a win. After you win, Bruce, they became destructive. Uh, vandalism ran wild. Uh, it shouldn't go on after a win. And does it go on overseas? So this channel is all about uniting the United States and all the other cultures overseas, learning about each other. Do your fans go crazy? Bruce, what was a major recent upset? Let's say soccer or rugby or cricket. Is there anything recent, Bruce? And were the fans ever in the news?
Recently, Crystal Palace pulled off a huge upset, beating Manchester City 1-0 in the 2025 FA Cup final, earning their first major trophy. Meanwhile, in the 2024 Olympics, a match between Morocco and Argentina turned chaotic when a goal was disallowed, leading to pitch invasions and wild
Hunter,
fan
what?
reactions.
Hold on, Hunter. What don't you understand? So, the question I'm asking: last night in American sports, there was a big comeback, and the fans became destructive outside the stadium. The people that won. I'm asking my fellow friends overseas: have how do your fans react after a big win, a big playoff game, whether it's cricket or soccer or rugby? Help Americans understand what do the fans. Oh, okay. Hunter, what language do you speak? My friend
That's
Bruce.
ex-
My friend Bruce here speaks every language. What
that's
language? Bruce, his name is Hunter Vertigo. So how? What do you think? Any clue, Bruce, of what language he could speak?
Without more context, I can only guess. Vertigo could be used in many languages.
Bruce,
So Hunter,
welcome, Cat, to the channel. Cat, you want me to talk about my color of my skin?
welcome. I'm
Hunter,
right here.
what language do you speak? Bruce, say it in German.
In welcher Sprache sprichst du, Hunter?
Ham sandwich! Bruce, welcome. Ham back. Oh, Ham, last night, you were there, I believe, Ham, for the greatest upset. And Ham, the point of today's video, I'm asking my friends overseas, how do your fans react to a huge win? Um, what language do you speak, Hunter? What language? How's the
Hun-
morning coffee? It's wonderful. It's wonderful, Ham, after what happened last night. Bruce, welcome. Muna to the live stream. We're trying to figure out what language Hunter speaks. So Bruce here can say hello to him. I don't know what Bruce, can you say it in Dutch? Say welcome, or ask him what language do you speak? Do you speak Dutch?
Hunter, welke taal spreek je? Spreek je Nederlands?
Bruce, ask Hunter if uh, do you speak Norwegian?
Hunter, spreek je Noors? Welke taal spreek je?
Ask Hunter if he speaks Turkish.
Hunter, spreek je Turks? Welke taal spreek je?
Any of those, Hunter? Anyway, guys, we're going to look at some footage. Ham, what went on in America last night was horrible.
It's death.
He Ham thinks he speaks Malay. Bruce, can you ask Hunter if he speaks Malay?
Hunter, spreek je Maleis? Welke taal spreek je?
That sounds very Germanish. Is that close to German, Bruce?
Malay is actually from a completely different language family than German. It's spoken in Southeast Asia, especially Malaysia and Indonesia. So Very different roots.
Okay, guys. So for those of you who can understand, we're going to look at some footage here after I have some coffee. Um, in America, something happened in sports that was amazing, incredible. The greatest comeback in a playoff game. But what the point of this video is what happened afterwards. The fans of the winning team became vandals. They became destructive. They attacked fans from the other team in the streets. Horrible. That didn't sound very Asian. If anything, Portuguese roots. Bruce, is there another language in Singapore? Could you ask Hunter if he is from Singapore?
Hunter, kom je uit Singapore? Spreek je misschien een taal uit Singapore?
Bruce, do you know how many girls you could pick up knowing all these languages? I'm just saying.
Well, I'm here to help you connect, but I'll leave the
Is
charm
that
to you.
standard behavior? Wow. That's what I want to know. Soccer. When there is a huge football overseas, huge upset, do the fans go into the streets and become destructive? Bruce, is that true that people from the UK, after a big playoff win, they go into the streets and become destructive?
It's not the norm, but unfortunately, in some rare cases, emotions do boil over, even abroad. Most fans just celebrate passionately, but isolated incidents of vandalism can happen anywhere. The key is that it's not representative of most fans or the culture overall.
I mean, so that does go on overseas. Same thing. What about rugby? Is it the sport itself? Um, I don't think in baseball. I don't think that would happen in baseball. Uh, Bruce's brother?
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice.
Wow, Bruce's brother. All right, guys, let's look at some footage since we lost Bruce. Uh, really horrible what went on last night. We're going to take a look here. Did he speak Dutch? I don't know. Hunter disappeared. All right, we're going to look at some footage, guys. This just look up Paris after the championship league. Okay, we'll look at that, Ham. I want to take a look at the New York City fans attacking the other fans after a big win, which is horrible. But this is just. I don't know. He's up. Sorry about the sound. Sorry about that. Uh, this is just uncalled for. People spend lots and lots of money to go to a game. And look at this. Who wants to go to a game? And honestly, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't take my kids to these games because of this. I was a huge fan growing up of a team, the Philadelphia 76ers. I would always go down to the stadium, and this didn't happen. I can't feel safe taking my children to a game and to pay a ridiculous price to have this go on. Let's see what Ham is saying. Arsenal fans fought the PSG fans on the streets of Paris. We call that handbags in New Zealand. No real hits landing. Oh, Rodolfo, my friend, how are you? Welcome. I'd have Bruce welcome you, but Rodolfo, we are looking at the New York City fans, and it's just absolutely horrible. Horrible that people have to act like this. Folks, this is after a win. This is after the greatest comeback win. And the fans of the winning team are doing this to people on the other side. don't understand why this needs to go on. Look at this poor man. I mean, who wants to go through this? But more importantly, my point is of this video, does this happen overseas? How commonplace is it? Do your sports, my friends overseas, teach us Americans, does that go on? Now, Ham gave us an example, which we're going to look at. Hey, B. Patterson, how are you? So I want to know from my friends overseas, soccer or what you call football, rugby, does that take place over a rugby super comeback, big game, championship game? Do the fans beat up the fans from the other team? I mean, this is quite commonplace, unfortunately, here in America. I mean, this is just terrible. And to the point that I have no interest. I mean, they were heckling the players from the other team. Victor Wembanyama was absolutely heckled on the way out of his hotel, the reports were. And you got to be crazy to wear the other team's gear going into a city of animals. Crazy. It's really horrible. It is horrible. Look at this. They're lighting the guy's hair on fire, and the man's there to watch a game. They lit a girl on fire. They lit her. Look at, they're lighting the people on fire. Who wants to go to a game? Let's go back to the comments. Ham Sandwich says cricket fans never fight because it's so boring. The crowd is asleep. No, I've watched some of the videos, Ham, and no, come on. I've seen. What about the night of the 6-6s? Rodolfo says, I don't know why people support professional sports. Um, yeah, professional sports. That's not the question, Rodolfo. The question is, why do fans have to act like this? This girl is lit on fire. They lit her on fire because she cheers for a team. People, there's only 30 teams. 30 teams. And you have millions of people. So obviously, there's going to be fans for every team. And you're going to light someone on fire because of who they cheer for? I don't understand it. And does it go on overseas? Does this happen in rugby? I don't know. Let's go to the comments. Uh, some of the folks return the favor. We're all rooting for the Spurs now. Um, Better than LeBron James. Look at the people and their feelings. You know what it is to come to New York. Everyone in this thread, Knicks' greatest comeback in playoff history. No, nobody's talking about the girl, unfortunately. Sad for her. I mean, it's really, really a shame. Welcome, Derek. Welcome back. And welcome, I am Sigma. Welcome back. If rugby doesn't happen in Southern Hemisphere, all the fights happen at high school level. Well, not here in America. In America, it is just horrible. Horrible what takes place after a win. You have to run for your life. You cannot take your children. You can't take your family. How you have to be crazy. There's the other team's bus. So the other team is on that bus. They are being heckled as they leave New York. They're leaving New York. They're going back to their home city, which is some 2,000 miles away. It's just absolutely despicable. Yeah, this doesn't happen at golf. Um, I mean, look at this, folks. And my question to my friends overseas, what have you witnessed? What have you seen? Let's go back to the comments. Ham sandwich, it's kind of like asking why the fights don't happen at golf. The demographic that dictates the video. Yeah, the vibe. Rodolfo says, let's review. The fans are dangerous and violent. Ticket prices are very, very expensive. The players become mega millionaires and the owners are corrupt. Yeah, you just summed up American sports. I want to know what it's like overseas. Everyone watches the NBA, so vibe is just as hostile. So, well, that's another question. How popular is the NBA overseas? Is that commonplace in New Zealand, India? Ham, or the people in the UK watch the NBA? I don't know. I don't know. And does this happen? I don't think American sports causes violence overseas, does it? I've never heard of that. But the fact that this is going on is atrocious. I mean, guys, come on. This is just, the people are turning into animals. The fighting. Does soccer, Rodolfo? Hello, Sam. How are you? Uh, no, American is the only country that cares about the NBA. Okay. Sammy, there's no politics on or religion on this channel, please. So, guys, anyone just joining, um, I, as an American, am asking you for the people overseas, does violence happen after a win? A win, not a loss. Last night in America, huge upset, the greatest ever in playoff history. We were here right live watching it. Ham, you were on here with me. Soccer. Now that I have heard of. I've heard of the soccer fans getting crazy. I've watched them attack the referee. That does not go on in America. I can say that. You Nobody attacks the referee. You'll go to prison and get caught right away. Nobody even tries to do that. There may have been like one incident throughout history, something like that, but no, you don't attack the referee. Now, I saw overseas that you guys attack in the UK, especially. No, Sam, please, I don't want to have to block you. Please don't talk about anything political. Um, so, guys, give me. All right. So, Ham, what is it you wanted me to look up? I want to see what has happened overseas. Help Americans understand. I'm trying to unite our cultures to understand what went on after a big sports event. All right. Sorry, Sam refuses to stop talking about it. You tried to catch fog. That's a good one. That's a good one, animal. Anyway, guys, we are looking at what took place in America, New York City. Horrible. Uh, Here is the number one player in the world getting heckled on his way out of the city. They're leaving now for the next game is back in his hometown, and the players are getting things thrown at them. I mean, guys, does this go on overseas? Soccer? Grass doesn't get, but it do. Oh, you're really good, Animal. I like these. Keep bringing those. Demographics makes it worse. Yeah. I mean, this is just. Uncalled for. People were throwing things at the other players. Is it good for sports? Is it bad for sports? Uh, I can tell you now, I will not take my family to a playoff game. No way, no how. You think I'm going to send them down there with those animals? Um, why did the coffee file a police report? It got mugged every morning. You are good, animal. I like it. So I went to a basketball game 2 years ago with a friend of mine, and this idiot in front of me stood up the whole game. The whole entire game, right in front of me, this extremely passionate fan. It wasn't even a playoff game, and the team wasn't even that good. And I didn't know, do I have the right to tell him to sit down? He's cheering, he's passionate. I had to look at around this guy and I figured let him enjoy his game. I didn't care. I'll never go back. I don't want to go back. I took my daughter to a game and that was fine. We had a good time, but no, I'm not taking my family to this. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl going to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. Animal, you are really good with these. In LA a few years back, they beat some man into a coma for wearing the wrong jersey. That goes on. That goes on all the time. In America, in football games, the throwing football, the fans fight in the stands every game. Every game, the fans fight. Not outside, inside the stadium. But last night in America, this was horrible. This was absolutely irate. That I can't believe that the fans, after a win, became destructive. Absolutely insane. You have to be crazy to walk on the streets wearing the other team's jersey. Look at that. They're putting it in the trash. They're ripping it off this man. And those are very expensive jerseys, by the way. You can't take kids these places. People don't know how to respect. I mean, yeah. I mean, does this go on in your country? Animal, what country are you from? How commonplace is this? I'd like to know from your country, my friends overseas. This is just, look at this. Look at this. People getting beat up because of what team they support. Absolutely atrocious. I mean, come on. You're ruining, oh, this poor man, just because he's wearing the other team's jersey. And this is very commonplace. You spend hundreds of dollars for a small family to go to a game, and that includes a Coke. Yeah, I mean the it's outrageous the amount of money. I mean, I just can't believe this. They're acting like this after they win. After a win, does this happen in the UK? Does this happen in New Zealand? Does this happen over rugby, cricket, soccer? I know it happens in soccer. I've seen the soccer fans run onto the field and go after the referee. That I do know. But aside from the soccer thing, would this happen over a basketball game in your country? Absolutely incredible. You think I'm going to take my family? For what reason? Why would I want to go to the stadium? There's no way I would go to a stadium. Absolutely atrocious. Folks, help me understand why. Look at this. He's fighting the police now. Fighting the police. That's not very smart. Not very smart. Look at this guy. Unbelievable what is happening. Again, this is back in New York. Uh, Now, they are known, I will say this, the New York fans are known to be the worst in America. This would never happen in Australia. I'm feeling sick watching this. Yeah, Rebecca, I know. Just horrible. And that's what I want to know from my friends overseas. Does this happen in your country? After a win. After a win. This is how Americans in certain cities act after they win. And who is going to take their family? Who's going to want to do that? I mean, no way am I taking my kids anywhere near the stadium. Donald Trump was there in the last game. People of that city blamed him for them losing. They break the street signs. How is this celebrating? How is destroying streetlights and vandalism? How is that celebrating a win, a victory? The greatest comeback. We were here live. Go back to last night, my last live stream. We watched the whole thing unfold. 29 points the other team was winning. 29. Never happened before. This is how you celebrate? This is the people celebrating. I mean, this is unbelievable. People getting beat up. For what reason? I mean, does this happen overseas? Is this an American thing? Yes, they have the mob mentality. Welcome, Mark, to the channel. But I want to know, does this happen overseas? Australia? Has this ever happened in Australia? You're right, it wouldn't in Australia. The visiting team and the fans would disappear. Australia leads the world in how many people go missing every year. Really? Are you serious? Australia leads the world? I mean, the people get crazy. Who is going to go down there? If you go down there, you better expect violence. And if you look, folks, what are the ages of these people? The majority are young people. You don't see families. You don't see fathers with their kids. There's zero. I don't see any parents and children. Thank goodness. These seem to be young men under the age of 30. Would you agree with me? Most of them are probably between 18 and 30 without children. And it's, does this go on overseas? Does it go on in your country? After a big rugby match, I want to know if it's the sport, It is a fact animal? Wow. Ever watched the movie Wolf Creek based on a true story? It tells the stats Australia. No, I have not seen that animal. But I really love to know what is the worst thing that you have witnessed? I mean, what have you witnessed at your country after a big game? Is it rare? Does Australia get crazy at all? This is very commonplace in America, and it's sad. It is sad. Does anybody out there remember anything happening after a big game? I'd like to know. Cricket, rugby, especially the two biggest. Is there violence, vandalism, beatings, destruction? This is absolutely outrageous. Outrageous. And folks, let me tell you something. That was only game 4. In America, they play the best of 7. There's still more basketball to be played. Now think about this. Now that New York is the worst. That is one of the worst. Uh, they have huge tourism though for spring break. Okay. My my point here. So right now the opposite team is going back to San Antonio, which is in Texas. Was there riots over sumo wrestling? Oh my gosh! Come on. We're gonna search. But folks, so what's happening right now is that the San Antonio Spurs are leaving New York. If they lose, fine. It's all over with. And honestly, I hope that the Knicks win the next game away down in Texas. I hope they don't win in New York because the fans are going to go ballistic. If they win in Texas, the fans are still going to cause violence no matter what. There's no way to stop it. Let's hope that the Spurs lose and it's all over. If the Spurs lose and New York wins, it's all over. I think it's tomorrow night. If the Knicks lose, you go back to New York for game 6. Don't go to New York. You don't want to be there. No, not for game 6. Unless you like chaos. Rebecca says rugby players get violent in the heat of the game. Fans out their chicken buckets. They bring out their chicken buckets on their heads upside down. Cricket is the gentleman's game, never violent. Really? Wow. Well, that's interesting. The chief of New York giving a speech. I mean, this is just. And guys, what a game it was. For those of you who were on the live stream as it happened last night, we enjoyed it. Animal says, dead serious. I was in the Marines, seen some people back in 2015 get mad, flipped 3 cars. Where was that, Animal? Was that Australia? Where did you? This is what I want to hear. I want to hear stories overseas. I know they get crazy with soccer. Do they get crazy with any other sport? Oh, the Japan thing. All right, let's take a look. How do I get rid of this? I don't know how to make this bigger. All right, so we're going to look up sumo fans Let's type chaos. See what comes up here. What happens over sumo wrestling? Do the fans become violent? Violent fans sumo. Let's see if we get anything. Ruby, welcome, Ruby, welcome. Ruby, today's topic, we're watching the fans who went absolutely crazy in New York. You were at a sports bar and you witnessed that? Ruby, you missed the opening monologue that the New York City fans became so violent after a big win last night. Ruby, were you on the live stream when the greatest comeback happened last night? It was the greatest comeback. Oh my gosh, this is great. I don't think we're going to find it. I'm going to have to really search hard. This is wild that they get this crazy. Now this, I'm very glad you brought this up because this is the kind of stuff I wanted to see. Oh, you did watch some of it, Ruby? Man, is sumo wrestling this big of a deal? Man, look at this. This is hilarious. Do the fans become... All right, let's see. We're just going to look up violent fans overseas. Let's see what happens. Everyone in the family should chip in and buy me a ticket to Game 6. You'll be wasting your money. You'll be wasting your money. If there is a Game 6. Jeff will not be going to any NBA games. The only way I'll go is if my daughter really wants to go to a Sixers game. I'll take her to that during the regular season. That's about the only thing I will do. Because it's just insane. And I definitely won't go to a Knicks game. I guess had it been on one fighter, it was an upset win and they lost. Wow. So I'm trying to find out what goes over, what goes on overseas after sports. After sports. So we throw a pie at somebody. That is the least of the worries in America, throwing a pie at someone. Oh yeah, Allen Iverson, one of the greatest players ever. I want to see the worst. What was the worst? This is all over soccer. Violent fans terrorize the city with absurd levels of bigotry and hate. Does it say what city we're in? Anybody know what city that was there? So a guy got hit in the face with a pie. I mean, how many times are you going to show this? Seriously? Thousands of hooligans banned. So this is 2024. I don't see that this is related to sports. What does this one say? Woman holding a French flag standing in front of rowdy England football fans. Throws a bottle at them and the crowd gets more violent. Let's see her throw a bottle. Oh, man. Guys, we're looking at violent fans in America last night. If you're just coming on, the New York Knicks pulled off the greatest upset in basketball. Let me see here. Animal says, why don't trees use social media? They're afraid of getting logged out. That's a good one, Animal. Rebecca says a very famous victory for Australia was they won the American Cup. Their prime minister drank a whole beer and cheered. Oi, oi. All right, let's take a look and see if we can see. Um, we're going to see Australia. Violent fans in Australia. Uh, let's see what comes up.
Watching Derby on Saturday, the first 20 minutes of the game was fantastic, and then the ugly scenes unfolded. It was just totally appalling. It was really reprehensible to witness those events as they unfolded, especially given the high, that we were going through having disrepute, and there has to be an accounting for what they've done, and I'm pleased the game will be doing that. Whether we have those systems in place for a start, and if we do.
So here we go. We're getting some footage. So I guess this is soccer, what Americans call soccer. I want to see the worst. Very famous victory. They won the American Cup. Guys, we are looking at violence over sports. Uh, for those of you just popping on, in America, a major sporting event happened, and the fans of the winning team became so destructive. Now, I don't think they're good. Our fans will not come onto the playing surface. That is very rare. Everything happens either in the stadium, the stands, or mostly in the streets. People don't go. The consequences are too serious for actually going on to the stadium as they're doing here. It's so sad. Yes, it is. Yeah, guys, I got to go to work in a couple minutes myself. When I lived in Ghana, they had African Cup of Nations, and there was chaos. All right, let's take a quick look, guys. I got 5 minutes left before I got to work. All right, let's see. We'll look up fan violence in Ghana. You lived in Ghana, Ruby. Wow. Let's see if we can find. Is this a celebration? Oh, it does say football. Guys, today's topic, fan violence. America and overseas. In America last night, disgusting. New York, you don't want to be anywhere near New York last night. Chelsea fans. Let's see if we fast forward. Now that, like I said, Americans won't do this. They won't go onto the field. They know there will be harsh consequences. No, the fighting goes on in the stands and outside the stadium. Yeah, you wouldn't dare try to go onto the field. If you do, you're really going to get it. The police will not be kind. Now, you'll have people what's called streakers who take off their clothes and run across a field. That's commonplace here. They forbid you going to the game knowing it would get crazy. It was in '08. It would not be recorded. Oh, okay. Warning graphic. Now, well, let's see. How bad could it be? Yeah. Now this doesn't happen in America. No fans chasing a referee. No, that would not go on. And I'll tell you, there's many times I would have loved to chase a referee myself, but that we don't do. Man, that would be bad in America. If I played bookie today, I will as well. Oh, hooky. No, I played hooky yesterday. I took off work, but I was not feeling good. But no, not 2 days in a row. I got to get back to work. So, my friends, wow, last night, you may never see that again. 29 points. Unheard of. Unheard of. And the way it finished was incredible. He reached up and touched the ball in the air. Incredible. People, I was listening to the radio this morning in New York, and people were talking about naming their children. It's an African man, an African name. I can't even pronounce it. And they're talking about naming their American children first and middle name after the man that tipped the ball in. Incredible. Incredible. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up the show for this morning. For those of you who are new, I go live in the morning and every night. So, about 12 hours from now, I will be live at night and we'll pretty much look at the same material, but sometimes I get into other things of life. And then we finish off with poker. My wife, if you want to, guys want to play poker with me, my wife, and Mr. Jordan and Asher and some other people play. We post a link in the chat, and then you can play for fun. Um, I am going to have a tournament where I give out cash prizes eventually once we find a good platform. But join us, play poker for free and fun. We can hear each other. I'd love to hear your voices, hear what you guys sound like, and sometimes we find platforms where we can see the video. So join me in 12 hours, and thank you for joining me today. And fans out there, please don't become destructive. It's only hurting the sport. We'll see you in 12 hours.